Hello everyone, welcome back to the another session in Principles of Programming Languages. Today we'll be going to talk about the next topic of second unit, which is array types. This topic you'll find in second unit as fifth data type. So we were talking about several data types which are being supported concerned to the major programming languages. Part of it today we'll be going to talk about array types. Now, so what is an array? So basically this video will enlighten you to understand about what is an array, how to define array in respective to programming languages, which programming languages will allow what kind of arrays. So there are several kind of arrays if you see, memory wise, respective to storage wise, respective to size wise, subscript wise. So these are what many categories to differentiate the arrays. Now we'll come to know each. First, we'll look at what you mean by the array. The definition of an array. So, the array is what? It is a collection of homogeneous elements. That's of similar data elements we'll see in a array. And references to individual array elements are specified using subscript expressions. And this is what where one difference you will find. So, when I say that, let's see, array name I am just initializing with A. Subscript value list I am just giving here 5. And the elements I am just giving some elements something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is what we know from the base programming languages what we were already studied. But concerned to other programming languages, even you have to check what values you are giving here. If you give a different data type values, what the language compiler will react, how the way it reacts, and what might be the problems, what you have to rule out before you are going to take array into consideration. And other than the integer, if you give other number, then what happens? So all these will come under design issues. So basic syntax of array is what? We'll take array name. This is what subscript value list, and these are what elements. Now, I did not specify this syntax according to C-based languages. The difference you can find out with this arrow. So many languages will use assignment operator equal to and colon equal to and arrow. These are what different assignment operators which are being used by major programming languages. Now arrow is what? As just simple assignment operator. Now, so here I have taken square brackets. But all languages will not take square brackets. Only C-based languages will take square brackets. There are languages which accept an array with parentheses. So if I use parentheses over here, it becomes what? A square bracket equal to some elements is the syntax of C-based languages. A parentheses is equal to some braces. These are what set of elements what you have to write, and this will be a different notation from other language. In both the cases these are arrays. This is an array, this is an array. We'll see how that will be differentiated, what are the side effects we'll be going to see concerned to the language. Now let's look at the programming languages what supports array. So C, C++, Ada and C#, C++, Java, Ada, C#, all of the elements of an array are required to be of the same type. That's what similar elements I said. Yes, it is true that there is an array with other programming languages which takes dissimilar elements into it. That also we'll see. In some other languages such as JavaScript, Python, Ruby, variables are typeless references to objects or data values. In these cases, arrays still consist of elements of a single type, but the elements can reference objects or data values of different types. Such arrays are still homogeneous. So we'll maintain similarity of elements. Like if I have a set of 5 elements, all 5 belongs to the common data type. And C# and Java 5.0 provide generic arrays. And the next is about, there are two kind of arrays, rectangular arrays and jagged arrays. Rectangular arrays are what? We'll be taking, let's say that an array is initialized with a 5 by 5. Let's take this example. A 5 by 5 is accepted in C based languages, and even a 3 by 5 is also accepted in C based languages. But the difference is what? When I say it is 3 rows 5 columns, when I say it is 5 rows 5 columns, rectangular array is what? All 5 rows 5 columns will have elements. All 3 rows 5 columns will have elements. This what is called as rectangular array, and these are the arrays which are supported in C based languages. There is the other concept which is jagged array. So jagged array is what? You will find the difference in the elements. That means if I take the same example, that A3 by 5, all 3 rows will not have element. That is what jagged array. Now the same difference you can find. So the example is, a jagged matrix can consist of 3 rows. You have 3 rows, one row with 5 elements, other row with 7 elements, and other row with 12 elements. It is what jagged array. Rectangular array is what? If you have 3 rows, all 3 rows will have equal number of elements. That are what? Rectangular and jagged arrays. Alright. So there are some design issues what are being supported in other programming languages when you consider your arrays. That are, what types are legal for subscripts? Are subscripting expressions in elements type references range is checked? When our subscript ranges are bound? When does array allocation takes place? Are jagged or rectangular multi-dimensional arrays allowed or both? Can arrays be initialized when they have their storage allocation? What kind of slices? So all are related to arrays. Concerned to the programming languages, we'll see many differences. As I specified this design issue, that C will not take jagged arrays. C supports C based languages. C, C++, C# will support rectangular arrays. Python, JavaScript will take even jagged arrays. And you can see this also when our subscript ranges are bound. So bounding is what? It can be happen at compile time or it can be happen at runtime. So which programming languages will take which sort of things, memory allocations, that we'll see. So here arrays and indices are different from language to language. So I specified just before that array even can be initialized with parentheses. So there is a programming language which allows array with parentheses, which is this notation I wrote in Ada, and the same can be also written for Fortran. Fortran and Ada will use arrays with parentheses. So when you use the same notation for your other programming languages, it seems to be a function, correct? If you take the same notation in C based languages, it reflects as a function with parameter. But concerned to Ada and Fortran, B of I is array with one index or array with some size of I. Now, so you can see the other syntax, array name, subscript value list element, and Ada Fortran will uses this. And you can also find over here, integer dimension of 3, 055, it is written in Fortran. And int list 45783, it is in C, C++, Java and C#. So these are what different kind of arrays being initialized with other programming languages. Now let's see about other examples where here I have to tell about Perl programming language. It is a special kind of language where you see with arrays which can be used in Perl, but with a special notation that arrays begin with @ arrays begin with @ elements of arrays begin with $symbol. Now let's say the notation of Perl is what? @array tells about, it is an array. $list tells about the list of the elements which are available in the array. So it is about the Perl programming language. That is the only programming language which takes array with the symbol. And there is other programming languages. There is other programming language which is Fortran 95+. An array can be initialized by assigning it an array aggregate in its declaration. So this is what we were seeing just before. So this is C++, and this is what Java. So the name, how array can get in other notations, that you can find the difference over here. Now next, coming to slice. We were discussed about this slice in strings, correct? What is a slice? It is a substring. Slice is what? It is a substring. A slice of an array is some substructure of that array. For example, if A is a matrix, then the first row of A is one possible slice, as are the last row and the first column. You can see the example over here. So let's take some example. If I have taken array having of 3 by 3. Now slice is what? I am just accessing 0:3. So it is a slice. So slice is what? It is a substructure of that array. Now, so next we'll see about the example concerned to Python. When you take this vector 3 to 6, the array notation is what I have given here, 3 to 6. It is also called as a slice. The mean of that slice is what? We are including 3, 4, 5, 6. The rows, whatever it is already there, we are including all this. So that is what Python, that is what the way of using slice. Now coming to Python, Python also supports more complex slices. For example, vector 0:7:2. It is also represents slice notation concerned to Python. So Perl also supports. I told you in the previous slide, @ symbol is to given for the list of elements. @ symbol is given for the array. So @ list will tell you about it is an array which consists of 1 to 5 elements. So dollar symbol will be given $list of 1. That means you are talking about one element from the list. If you talk about complete array, @list 0 to 5. It is what? Slice. @ is for array, dollar is for list of elements. Now, next see about array types. So I told you in the design issues, when you come to the part of elaboration time, compile time, run time, bounding of array values to the memory, all these things will get categorized into array types. There are 5 kinds of arrays. Static array. There are 5 kinds of arrays: static array and fixed stack dynamic array. Static array, fixed stack dynamic array, stack dynamic array, fixed heap dynamic array, heap dynamic array. Now from this you can understand 2 points. One is the memory will be given according to stack or according to heap. The size of the array can be given statically or it can be given dynamically. And this complete structure will tell you about there are 5 categories of arrays based on the binding to subscript ranges, the binding to storage, and from where the storage is allocated. From these 5 categories we will come to know binding of subscript range and binding to storage and storage allocation. Now we'll see about each one. Let us come to static array. Static array is what? A static array is one in which the subscript ranges are statically bounded and storage allocation is static, which is done before runtime, and it is being supported in C and C++. And also you can see fixed stack dynamic. So that is also being supported in C and C++. Stack dynamic, fixed stack dynamic, both are supported in C based languages. And stack dynamic array, it is in ADA programming language. So stack dynamic array is what? In which both the subscript ranges and the storage allocation dynamically bounded at elaboration time. And there is other one which is heap dynamic, fixed heap dynamic array. So fixed heap dynamic array is what? Similar to fixed stack dynamic array, only the structure of memory will get differentiated. So fixed stack dynamic, fixed heap dynamic, memory structure will get differentiated. Now the last is what heap dynamic array. So here heap dynamic array is one which binding of subscript ranges and storage allocation is dynamic and can change any number of times during the array's lifetime. So this is what heap dynamic array. So what all these 5 categories will surely tell us how memory will be allocated. So when binding of the values to the subscript values will get bounded, these things will come to know. And array examples, you can see the way how I have defined array in ADA. So this is what ADA notation. And I can show you the other languages also. In Java we'll use non-generic arrays and fixed heap dynamic. In C# we'll use same kind of arrays as you are using for Java. And there is a syntax for string list add, some Mithun. It is what the string list which is added to the, not for the library function, which is the notation I have taken from Java. So that's it. This is about your array types. Thank you all.